Alright, so how's it going, guys? This time around on the Let's Hang Out thing, gonna do a short, quick one. Just haven't had a lot of time lately with work and still writing scripts and everything else going on in my life at the moment, so I'm just gonna do just a quick video on, got a few comments recently about just my figures and toy collection in the background. So I thought it'd be kind of neat just to sort of run down what little I have. As you can see, or as you will see, I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of room to display stuff. It's pretty much just this. Step back a moment. It's pretty much just this little just this little area, just this space right here is pretty much all I got for like displays and stuff. But so I'm just going to break down just what little bit I have. Obviously, as you can see, got my amiibos and stuff. I'm probably going to sell a bunch of these just because I just got too many of them. Back when amiibos first came out, they were pretty rare. For whatever reason, Nintendo, they like to it's the same situation with Nintendo. They have a huge demand for their product, and their supply never meets the demand for some reason. It happened with the Wii, happened with obviously amiibos, the NES Mini, SNES Classic, all that stuff. Seems to be a recurring problem with Nintendo. So when I could, I went out and snatched these up as soon as I saw them. Didn't collect as like every single one, obviously, but I got pretty many of them. I mean, obviously that's not an amiibo right there. That's just like obviously a xenomorph from the Alien series. But probably the more interesting ones I'll talk about. Ness was pretty rare when I got him. Obviously he's pretty common now. Probably one of my favorite ones is the Mario Brothers, the 30th anniversary of the 8-bit Mario. So he's pretty cool. And I got him sitting on at work. This like little question mark box. I'll sort of open it up. I don't think I have anything in there. It's just something. It's like a little storage unit kind of thing. So you can see I can take the top off there, and it's just nothing. Marth from Xenoblade Chronicles. He's pretty interesting because the first time I ever saw Marth out in the wild, he was $50, if you can believe that. I don't think amiibos go for that much anymore, but it's probably one of the more expensive ones I've seen. Most of these guys I did buy retail value, which is like 10, 12, 13 bucks. Shulk. That's Shulk. This is Shulk. I'm thinking Marth. I'm jumping ahead of myself. This is Marth from the Fire Emblem series. I've only played a few Fire Emblem games. They're a little bit too much for me, but this guy I bought paid about 3 times the retail value for this dude. He was like 35 bucks. But at the time, I just had to have this Marth because it's definitely one of the more cooler ones. But one thing that's always bothered me is he's had this like, you can kind of tell, sort of been trying to straighten it out ever since I got him, but his sword is sort of like bent there. It's sort of hard to see. That always drove me crazy, but it's pretty cool. Another cool one is this 8-bit Link. Classic Link from Legend of Zelda, obviously. Pretty funny. I wore an 8-bit Link t-shirt at work one time, and some kid was like, "Hey mom, he's got a Minecraft shirt on." I'm like, I mean, obviously it's a generational thing. Obviously some little kid isn't going to know about 8-bit Zelda or 8-bit Link or whatever, but still pretty funny. Funny story about Little Mac. So you know how you can scan these guys in via the NFC reader at the bottom there. You can scan them in. So I scanned this dude into Smash Brothers for Wii U. And my brother can attest to this, but you can like face off against your amiibos in Smash Brothers, and this dude was like whooping my ass. And in a fit of rage, which I'm sure most gamers can attest to, I actually punched Little Mac, and he fell off where he was resting, and he just sort of snapped in half. Not really snapped, he just sort of, like, you can see where he like sort of attaches there. So pair of legs and a torso, and just sort of, I guess the glue wasn't really set right or something, and just the impact just like broke him in half there. Other than that, the amiibo, like, there's nothing really much to say about amiibo. I mean, they were pretty cool, like when they first came out, but I mean, other than like Smash Brothers and like Mario Kart and stuff, I haven't really used them. They're at least like cool little figurines to like display, obviously, but other than that, they're just like, some of these I'm probably going to get rid of because they're just characters I don't really, you know, like fucking Toad. Like, I'm not really a fan of Toad. Like, I just bought him because he was rare at the time, and I was like, oh shit, I have to have him. Definitely an impulse buy, definitely something I regret, kind of. Other than that, you can see I got like a Doom poster that came with the Doom 3 BFG edition for Xbox 360. It was pretty cool. I got like an original, I know these aren't like toys or whatever, but just something cool to point out. But the original King Kong poster, I mean, obviously it's not original, it's like a reprint and whatever, but it's a poster for the original movie. I'm a fan of King Kong, so it's pretty neat. And this one is sort of cool. It's the that came with the Super Mario Maker. It's the third, obviously, again, the 30th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. Back, as you can see, 2015, GameStop was giving out these like little posters here. I thought it was cool. Mario is with you know, most millennials and kids born in the 80s and whatnot, and even today probably, Mario's been a pretty big part of our lives, so I thought it was pretty cool to grab this and display it. It has like little snapshots of each game, that main Mario game. It's pretty neat. And now pop vinyls, there's something that I've only, like, 2 of these are gifts. This one is like this pop vinyl of Raphael, my favorite Ninja Turtle. He's like, this is the first one I ever bought with my own money. Like, pop vinyls are something I'm hesitant to start getting into, just because, I mean, I don't know, to me, like, they're just weird looking. Like, I'd rather have something like that's like, you know, accurate to the character versus like this little goofy like chibi version, little cartoonish kind of deal. Like, it is cool, they're collectible, you know, if you're a collector, you know, you're just a sucker for this kind of stuff, but you know, it's whatever. Pop vinyl is just something I don't real understand yet. I may change my mind, I may go crazy with it one day. Here's Razor Ramon, his WCW NWO version, compared to the when he was in WWE. But this is WCW. He couldn't use Razor Ramon because it was trademarked by WWE, so he had to just go by his real name, Scott Hall. See on the back they got The Rock, whoever Alexa Bliss is, and Braun Strowman from the current roster, which that can be like a whole video. Like, current WWE is just fucking bullshit. And this was another gift. This is Krampus. Krampus is another one that I never really... It's just some sort of urban legend or something, but he just got randomly popular within like the last 5-10 years, and I understand it. Again, it was a gift. I'm obviously not going to throw it away or something, but you know, I'll still keep it displayed. But I just don't understand it. Terminator is something I'm a big fan of, and this is probably, at least in this collection here, this is definitely the oldest. When I actually was like had a mind for collecting. This was my first figure, and this is obviously this is by McFarlane Toys. It's the Terminator from Terminator 2. He's got his rocket launcher here. He's got his little grenade belt for the rockets, for the launcher. He's got a pistol there. He's got all sorts of like bullet hole damage, obviously damaged in the face. You can see the exoskeleton underneath. It's pretty neat. I think I got this one down in the I went to Universal Studios Florida back 2007ish, something like that. And yeah, they had this guy. They had the T-800, his actual leather jacket, not the actual one, but obviously like a replica, but obviously too much money, so I'll just switch over to the other Terminator. This is from the first movie, so this is after, I think after I forget where he gets it. These clothes. Can't remember if this is the Bill Paxton. If Bill Paxton was wearing these clothes in the movie, but it's pretty cool. I've like been sort of trying to keep it lined up to where it actually looks like he's aiming down the sight. It's kind of neat. It's got like an actual chainish looking thing there. It's got his Uzi, his gloves. Like, it just looks fucking cool. This next one is one of my, as I drop it, so this right here is one of my prized possessions. A buddy of mine, actually, I couldn't make it to this convention, but Tim Jacobus, the original illustrator for the Goosebumps books, you can see his artworks on the covers and whatnot. But a buddy of mine, shout out to Steak64, he went to this convention and got this Tim Jacobus to do a little sketch for me, and he signed it and everything and made put a little inscription in it. And it's pretty cool. It's the classic version of Slappy, the Slappy that I and most people remember him looking as. Not to, no offense to how he looks today. I think he looks pretty cool today still, but this is classic Slappy. This is, again, the Slappy that I remember. It says, "To Matt, don't call me dummy." And I think it's pretty cool. T. Jacobus, 2018. He signed it pretty much exactly how he did the old Goosebumps books. And over here I got some. But right there you can see is like how he inscribed his name, T. Jacobus 95 for Night of Living Dummy 3. They compare that with this, and yeah, he's still signing his name the same way 20 years later. And last but not least, we got the newest addition to my collection here. Obviously, this is the one, the only Spawn. Spawn, I have been a fan of his since the 90s. Not quite the early 90s, still a little bit young then, but during my later, early teen years and later 90s, Spawn was friggin' cool. And he's still cool. It's like, it's crazy. Like, as long as I've been a fan of Spawn, again, 20 years, I still can't get over how badass he looks. There's just something about, like just the design is just amazing. He's just so cool. I think this is from the cover of issue 7. And it's Commando Spawn, according to the box. Got like his guns there. Gun right there. And he's got like, I think, a little sniper rifle thing on the back there. Pretty cool. So yeah, I guess a little bit of a bonus. You can see him all right. I got Slappy hiding out here. Gonna leave him there for the moment. Well, let me just take him out. Slappy was sort of another impulse buy when I was doing the Goosebumps review stuff last December. I was like, oh man, I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to actually have Slappy, as like a prop or something for, I did do something with him. I did do like a little advertisement on Facebook with Slappy. If you guys want to check that out, just go to my Facebook, facebook.com/laughingman1986 or 86. It'll be down in the description. But yeah, Slappy, forget, I'll have to link in the description below where I got him from. I forget, the name escapes me at the moment, but yeah, he was only like $60. He's not, obviously, unfortunately, he's not a like full functioning dummy. He can't like turn his head, move his eyes. They're sort of just like painted on or whatever. You can't move his eyebrows because, again, they're painted on. But thankfully, his mouth is functional. You can sort of see it there. And how you operate the mouth. You got the like this little string in the back, which can kind of make it difficult, but fortunately I'm not a I'm not a practicing ventriloquist, so it doesn't really matter to me. So yeah, that is my collection as it stands here in 2018 June. So yeah, see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.